Hello, kindergarten friends. It's Miss Butler, and I'm here to begin our week of read alouds for whole group reading. Last week, we read lots of books about the ocean. This week, we're going to read books about hopes and dreams. So let's take a look. Think about that while we make predictions. Let me show you the book that we're going to read today. It's called The Legend of the Indian Paintbrush. Hmm. What do you think might be in this book? It's been retold and illustrated by Tommy DePaulo. So it says the word legend in the title, and it says it was retold. If you've ever heard of a legend, you can give, thumbs up, what a legend is. A legend is a story that people have told over and over and over again. I think that's why this is retold by Tommy DePaulo. He didn't make this up. It's a story that he'd heard before, and he's just writing it down in the book. So I notice on the cover, I see a boy. He looks like maybe he's Native American from a long time ago. And I know legends are often old stories. So I'm going to make the prediction that this happened a long time ago because it's a legend and because of the way he's dressed. I see he also has a lot of paints, and maybe he's made like a painting here on some leather. I wonder if that's going to have something to do with the story. Maybe the story is about this boy making a famous painting. I don't know. Should we find out? So you might have a prediction of your own about what's going to be in the story. And let's see if your prediction is true, or maybe we'll all be surprised. There's the title page, The Legend of the Indian Paintbrush, retold and illustrated pictures by Tommy DePaulo. He's written a lot of books. Many years ago, when the people traveled the plains and lived in a circle of teepees, there was a boy who was smaller than the rest of the children in the tribe. So already I'm going to give myself a thumbs up because, yeah, this is not, it says many years ago. So this is an old story that happened a long time ago. No matter how hard he tried, he couldn't keep up with the other boys who were always riding and running and shooting their bows and wrestling to prove their strength. Sometimes his mother and father worried about him. So I'm wondering if this maybe is the boy who's making the painting, and maybe he's an artist that's a little different than the other kids. See, ooh, look at this beautiful picture. But the boy who was called Little Gopher was not without a gift of his own. So maybe there's something else he's good at. From an early age, he made toy warriors from scraps of leather and pieces of wood, and he loved to decorate smooth stones with the red juices from berries he found in the hills. The wise shaman of the tribe, thinking that must be this guy, understood that Little Gopher had a gift that was special. Do not struggle, Little Gopher. Your path will not be the same as the others. They will grow up to be warriors. Your place among the people will be different. Hmm. So I wonder if he is going to, maybe he's going to be remembered because of his art, because look at all those beautiful pictures and little creations he's made. And in a few years, when little Gopher was older, he went out to the hills alone to think about becoming a man, for this was the custom of the tribe. It was there that a dream vision came to him. Ooh, dream vision. I'm thinking that's maybe like when you dream while you're awake, maybe? Let's find out. The sky filled with clouds, and out of them came a young Indian maiden and an old grandfather. She carried a rolled up animal skin, and he carried a brush made from fine animal hairs and pots of paint. I think maybe this is going to have something to do with that painting or with his becoming an artist. What do you? Let's find out. The grandfather spoke. My son, these are the tools by which you shall become great among your people. You will paint pictures of the deeds of warriors and the visions of the shaman, and the people will see them and remember them forever. The maiden unrolled a pure white buckskin and she placed it on the ground. Find a buckskin as white as this, she told him. Keep it, and one day you will paint a picture that is as pure as the colors in the evening sky. As she finished speaking, the clouds cleared and a sunset of great beauty filled the sky. Little Gopher looked at the white buckskin, and on it he saw the colors as bright and beautiful as those made by the setting sun. Then the sun slowly sank behind the hills, and the sky grew dark, and the dream vision was over. Little Gopher returned to the circle of the people, back to his little village. The next day he began to make soft brushes from the hairs of different animals and stiff brushes from the hairs of horses' tails. He gathered berries and flowers and rocks of different colors and crushed them to make his paint. He collected the skins of animals which the warriors brought from home from their hunts, and he stretched the skins on wooden frames and pulled them until they were tight. I wonder if he's trying to make his dream vision come true with all the paints. What do you think? Do you think that might be what happens next? And he began to paint pictures of great hunts. Oh, he's not making the sunset. Look what he's doing. I'm and of great deeds and of great dream visions, so the people would always remember. He does have an important job. This is what the shaman was saying right at the beginning. He would help people remember important things that happened. But even as he painted, Little Gopher sometimes longed to put aside his brushes and ride out with the warriors. But he always remembered his dream vision, and he did not go with them. He has a special place in their village, right? Many months ago, he had found his pure white buckskin, but it remained empty because he could not find the colors of the sunset. He used the brightest flowers and reddest berries and deepest purples of the rocks, but still his paintings never satisfied him. So here's this white buckskin. They always look dull and dark. So he's making paintings, but they're not the same as in his dream vision. I'm wondering if it's called The Legend of the Indian Paintbrush. Do you think he's going to need a special paintbrush maybe to make it look the way he wants it to? I don't know. I predict he's going to do something to make that painting match his dream vision. I wonder what. Maybe someone will help him. Maybe he'll find someone to help. He began to go to the top of the hill each evening and look at the colors that filled the sky, and to try and understand how to make those colors. He longed to share the beauty of his dream vision with the people, but he never gave up trying. And every morning when he awoke, he took out his brushes and his pots of paint and created the stories of the people with the tools he had. Even if he didn't have the right paints, he still kept painting. One night, as he lay awake, he heard a voice calling to him. Because you have been faithful to the people and true to your gift, you shall find the colors you are looking for. Oh my, I did not see that coming. Looks like he's going to get some help. I wonder from whom. Tomorrow, take the white buckskin and go to the place where you watch the sun in the evening. There on the ground, you will find what you need. Wow. Do you think he's going to find maybe some special berries? Something with the colors that he needs? Let's find out. Wow, look at that. Paintbrushes in the ground. The next evening, as the sun began to go down, Little Gopher put aside his brushes and went to the top of the hill as the colors of the sunset spread across the sky. And there on the ground all around him were brushes filled with paint, each one the color of the sunset. Little Gopher began to paint quickly, and surely using one brush and then another. Oh, that was a surprise to me. It's sort of these paintbrushes have kind of magically appeared with the right colors in them. Oh, now they're all lying down. And as the colors in the sky began to fade, little Gopher gazed at the white buckskin and he was happy. He had found the colors of the sunset. He carried the painting down to the circle of the people, leaving the brushes on the hillside. So he had a dream and he stuck with it. And then, because he did, he got this kind of magical paintbrushes to help him. Oh, look at this. These look like little flowers. The next day, when the people awoke, the hill was ablaze with color. That means so much color, it looked like fire almost. But the brushes had taken root in the earth and multiplied into plants of brilliant reds and oranges and yellows. So all the colors in his painting have turned into plants that are growing on the hill. And every spring from that time, the hills and the meadows burst into bloom. And every spring, the people danced and sang praises of little Gopher who had painted for the people. And the people no longer called him little Gopher, but he who brought the sunset to earth. Wow. I hope you enjoyed that book. It kind of had a little surprise at the end. Maybe you weren't expecting that. Sometimes a legend can be something, remember, that explains something in nature. So this is a story, it turns out, that explains, and look, now we see on the cover these flowers. Do you remember where they were in the story? Interesting. There were little clues along the way. I hope you liked this and that you were able to make some fun predictions for yourself. Remember, thinking about predictions makes the story more interesting and it helps you understand because then you're really paying attention.